What is going on, everybody? It's the Frost, and we're back again with AEW on TNT Review. After 2 weeks of Bash to the Beach, one being on the Jericho Cruise, we are back to regular AEW television. This time from my home state, inside Cleveland, Ohio. It was an okay show. This wasn't their best foot forward. I mean, they're coming off of the high of being on Jericho Cruise. They're getting us ready for Revolution, which is coming at the end of next month. So they're in that lull in between pay-per-views and a special show, which were two special shows like Bash at the Beach 2 weeks ago and then Bash at the Beach on the Jericho Cruise last week. One thing, I guess the singing Judas while Jericho comes to the ring is a thing. Now, I guess it's going to happen everywhere, as it happened on the cruise last week, happened twice last night. Let's see where this goes. If it's something that continues to happen, it's freaking awesome, but it's I don't know if it's the acoustics in Cleveland or if it's just the crowd didn't seem to be into the show as much as you feel. It felt more like a WWE-esque crowd where they had to work to get this crowd into it. Don't get me wrong, the crowd was into it here and there, but it's just like, it's not an AEW crowd where they're like hot for the entire show, except for, of course, a terrible Nightmare Collective thing here or there. I have nothing else to say on that. Of course, we hear from Jon Moxley, the InnerCircle taking on Darby Allin and Private Party, the Young Bucks versus the Butcher and the Blade, Kip Sabian versus Cody Rhodes. All in this action-packed episode. Jon Moxley starts the show, patch still over his eye. He comes to the ring, gets the mic, and says after getting stabbed in the eye, he realized the funny games with the AEW World Champion are over. Moxley then notes that him and Jericho will meet for the title at Revolution on February 29th, the first official match. It is one match away from the top of the mountain, but it's more than that. As Jericho is the kind of man who hides behind his guy, spikes his eye, and other bad stuff he's done in the past, like punching a woman, referring to when Jericho punched Shawn Michaels' wife in WWE. Moxley says he's not perfect, but he does live by a code and can look himself in the mirror. Calls Jericho a manipulator, a liar, a coward, and a bully. I hate bullies, he says, and I plan on taking that title home. Chris, it's not about the kind of a man you are, it's about the kind of man you are not. Moxley continues that he realizes that the InnerCircle is going to try and take him out before the pay-per-view. He then says Jericho should come out tonight and take his ass beating like a man. Out comes Chris Jericho. Crowd boos when the music stops. Jericho responds with typical Cleveland idiots. Jericho reminds Moxley all he had to say is yes to his offer and about joining the InnerCircle. Says Moxley's stupid, then brings up Moxley's mother. She was looking especially fetching. Maybe I'll call her later. As everyone knows, Moxley is from Cincinnati, Ohio, so family's probably in for the show. Jericho says he apologized to her about what happened to Moxley, but ultimately it was Moxley's fault for not accepting the keys to the castle. If Moxley wants to fight tonight, go to hell. Out of course boos. Jericho says he's always traveled with his boys and calls out the rest of the group. Moxley counts 5 guys and lets him know, if not 5 against 1, mentioning that he was born and raised in Ohio, which, yes, there are parts of Ohio, especially Cincinnati, Cleveland, Akron, that there are rough parts of those neighborhoods that Moxley grew up probably knowing. It was 5 against him, the entire arena. In the entire arena, Moxley walks out the ramp towards the group. Jericho says he knew Moxley would want to fight, so they brought some more guys. Now there's 10 guys on the stage, and they walk down to Moxley. Ortiz led the way with an axe handle. Moxley just hit him with a headbutt, DDT, and jumps the group. Referees and security out to keep everyone separated. Moxley drops one of the security guys and heads to the back up through the crowd. Jericho bugs at him from the ring. Very, very fun way to start this show. This was just Moxley, Jericho bring this separate feel to AEW. It just feels better. It just feels like this is prime time. This is main event. This is what everyone should be looking forward to. Jericho and Cody, it feels bigger than Jericho and Cody. It really does. Jericho and Cody, yeah, you knew Jericho was not losing the title there. You knew Cody, like, even after they put the stipulation, I was like, how are they going to get out of this without Jericho losing the title and Cody not losing his chance, but they went the opposite direction on that. So this just feels like a bigger match. It's got a bigger build. It's got a more personal build. Jericho and the fact that Moxley had to earn his title shot, and Cody was just handed it to him. He was just gifted a title shot, only to lose it due to MJF. Speaking of MJF, at a slaughterhouse, MJF and Wardlow meet up with Butcher, the Blade, and the Bunny. MJF hands an envelope with cash in it to the Bunny with Young Bucks written on it, and they head out. So obviously they put a hit on the Young Bucks after what happened last week, being super kicked and thrown into a pool. MJF talks trash and has fans kiss his ring during the commercial break, then heads over to the commentary before the match gets rolling. Nick and Butcher start out, sort of locked down. Matt able to tag in. Nick, who hits a springboard dropkick, Blade tags in and runs across the ring, only get dropped, and Nick hits a leg drop off the top rope. Matt and Nick with a couple leaps off the top rope on Blade. MJF says all he cares about is Matt and Nick never wrestling again. Towards the end of the match, Nick finally tags Matt in, who lands a bunch of punches and chops from the Blade, sliding dropkick on the Butcher, standing sliced bread on the Blade, then hits a super kick on the Butcher out on the floor. Matt heads to the top rope, elbow drop, cover 2. Matt tags in, hits a senton on that, senton down on the Blade, cover. Butcher breaks it up. Butcher eats a double super kick, Meltzer driver on the Blade. 1, 2, 3, and MJF not looking happy as the Young Bucks beat the Butcher in the Blade. Post-match, Butcher attacks from behind, outruns Kenny Omega, hits a V-trigger on Butcher. A tipsy, definitely drunk Adam Page follows, hands his beer to Matt, comes in, hits the buckshot lariat on the Blade, takes his beer, drinks it, and goes to the back. So, obviously, I think this whole drinking thing, whatever it is working well for Adam Page. Of course, I don't think he's actually drinking. He's probably drinking, like, flavored water or something to make it look like he's actually drunk. I mean, this isn't the Scott Hall WCW type thing where he was actually drinking alcohol on the show and was actually drunk. This is probably all just his character, which is absolutely doing better for him. Adam Page has looked better in character-wise than he did when AEW started. He actually feels like he's building and fleshing out a character instead of just being a generic white meat babyface. Good stuff. Nyla Rose versus Big Swole. This match, I think, was the downturn of the night. No Nightmare Collective, which is always a plus. It's just this didn't really feel like it needed to be on the show. Nyla Rose had a match with Shauna on Dark on Tuesday. That match was better than this match. Just saying. That was a tables match too. I don't know what it is, but I don't think Big Swole is ready for Wednesday nights. I think she needs to stay on Dark for right now. She's not ready for the bright lights of TNT. Rose lands a spear, set up powerbomb, 1, 2, 3. She beats Big Swole. She is currently, of course, the number 1 ranked contender to Riho's title reign. And who knows? Maybe they give it to her and just take the heat that they're going to get. This was not a good match. I don't know what it is about Nyla Rose. It's just they don't seem to. I don't know what it is, but she had a hell of a match last night I watched Doug last night, but yeah, Tuesday night. And then she comes here and faces Big Swole, and I don't know if it's Big Swole or if they need to work with Nyla Rose still. This was not a good match. Speaking of matches that were good or bad, we have Kip Sabian versus Cody Rhodes with Arn Anderson and, of course, Penelope Ford on the outside. This was fun. Good. Was it a picture perfect match? Was it a match of the month type thing? No, it was good for what it was. It was a funny part where you had Hurricane Rana, like the Sabian's distracting the referee. Ford hits a Hurricane Rana off the steps onto Sabian, something you would see as Elena Vega something do. Like Sabian does a flip over the top rope, taking him out. Ford and Sabian are like looking at each other. They go to kiss each other on the floor, but it's in between where the guardrails meet. Out comes a wild Joey Janela hiding there. So they both kiss him on the cheek. He has this look on his face like, haha, got you bitches. They don't look too happy. Sabian goes to swing, he misses and gives him the finger, gives him the bird. Cody with the suicide dive back in the ring. Sabian with a swinging neckbreaker, cover two. They end up on the top rope. They fight back and forth. Sabian with a springboard and Cody yanks and just yanks Cody to the floor. Tries for the Deathly Hollows. No cutter. Cody hits the crossroads. Another crossroads. A third one for the 1, 2, 3. Make sure he is done and over with. And of course, then Cody tosses his belt, his weight belt into the crowd, and that was that. We see what happened last week with Britt Baker and Priscilla Kelly. They turn heel on talking trash with Shivani. She brings up all that stuff. Britt Baker comes to stage to talk to Shivani, and Baker says she's not offended by what happened, but was actually happy about what happened. She was trending after the segment. He takes the microphone from Shivani and calls out JR for talking over her on commentary and going to break. Says JR is smug and pretentious of my division, while you sit there and we do all the work. She tells JR to be who he once was, not a sloppy barbecue salesman who can't get the roster's name right. Ooh, stick burn. Which she's kind of right because there's so many times he just screws that up. Crowd booing her. She talks trash about Riho, tells Tony to pick up a toothbrush to fix the moderate gingivitis. Lets Cleveland know you finally have a Baker you can trust. Ooh. I'm sure that riled up the Cleveland fans. A much better promo for Britt Baker compared to last week. Last week was just so cringe-inducing to listen to. I don't know who, I know they don't have writers, but last week should have been something that I think she wrote down for herself and go over, because last week her heel turn, she seemed nervous. She seemed like she did not want to actually go out there and talk. Like, she probably is one of those people who grew up watching wrestling, watching WCW, and was a fan. And Tony Schiavone, of course, was on WCW probably that entire time. And she probably didn't want to go out there and do this to trash Tony Schiavone, but the fact that it was to get her a heel. JR was, of course, a member of Monday Night Raw and WWF at the time. So maybe she's like, oh, it's not going to be a problem just trashing on him. It's just, compared to her trashing Tony Schiavone for about 5 minutes, like 3 or 4 minutes, and then her trashing JR, like night and day. This one felt like she was more into it, whereas the one with Tony Schiavone, she just felt like she was doing something against, like she was going against what she wanted to do because she didn't want to go out there and, trash somebody she grew up watching call Monday Nitro. I could be gone. I don't know Britt Baker. I don't know how long she's been watching wrestling. It just seems like she found it easier to trash JR than she did Tony Schiavone. Young Bucks and Kenny Omega interviewed. Young Bucks says they haven't forgotten about the Dark Order, but they are happy. They're happy about the win tonight. And ultimately, they just want to climb back in the top tag team division. They say nothing personal to Omega. Tipsy Page ends up rolling in and shows off the new nameplates. He then hands Matt and Nick their own nameplates. You may need them someday. Omega thanks Page and tries to smooth things over. Omega then announces next week it will be an 8-man tag match. Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, and Anna Page versus The Blade, The Butcher, and a team of their choosing. So that will be interesting. It would not surprise me if, it can't be Wardlow because Wardlow's debut is going to be on the 8th. It's going to be on the 18th of February. The Butcher, The Blade, and probably the Dark Order. So that's what I'm guessing there. In the comment section below, tell me who you think the Butcher and the Blade will team with. I say the Dark Order. Who knows? Let me know what you think. SCU versus TH2, Jack Evans, and Angelico. Outcome: SCU's Frankie Kazarian, Scorpio Sky, and Christian Daniels all wearing Kobe Bryant jerseys to honor the late Kobe Bryant. And Angelico and Kazarian start the match. This was fun. It wasn't a long match. TH2, I want to see these guys go from perennial 50-50 players to future tag team champions. These guys, I feel, are being held back because you have so much great talent. Jack Evans is amazing. Angelico is awesome. These guys should be going out there and winning match after match after match. So, Sky with a suplex onto Evans towards the end of this match. Sky is able to make the tag. Then with a dropkick on Evans, clothesline on Angelico. Big dropkick, hip toss to neck break on Evans. Kazarian with a big knee strike on Angelico. Then it hits a pancake on Evans. Kazarian slingshots Angelico into the ring from the apron, and he hits a cutter. Cover is broken up. Sky out onto the floor. Evans with a double stomp lung blow combo. Pin, Angelico tries to put the feet on the ropes, but Sky throws them off. Evans eats a kick to the floor. Sky tags in, big boot face. SCU later, 1, 2, 3, and the SCU win. I think the TH2 should have won this. I know SCU just lost the tag team titles, but I think it's time. It's like if you have them, like you had them lose last week, lose the tag team titles, they shouldn't go right back to winning. And on the rankings they have, which they put out this week, SCU is #1 contenders right off the bat. I think that's dumb. You lost a very high profile match. I think you should drop out of the top 5 rankings, or if there's only 5 tag teams outside of the tag team champions, you should be number 5. You should have to work your way back up. So right now, the way things stands, the SCU could say, well, we're #1 contenders. We want a challenge for the tag team titles. So basically, that would be getting a rematch. I think that's dumb. It is the first time we've had a title change in AEW's history. So hopefully when Riho eventually loses the title and Jericho eventually loses the title, they'll change that completely. I don't think a champion who loses their title should be like on the next set of rankings, should be the #1 contender immediately. I think that's just absolutely stupid, in my opinion. The Dark Order is heading down a flight of stairs backstage, and Evil Uno says the Exalted One is very angry with Chris Daniels and that the group needs to target his friends and family. He says this is Daniels' warning. Why are we going after Christopher Daniels now? You go and attack the Young Bucks, you attack, not Christopher Daniels, you attack all of SCU. So why is it just Daniels that are attacking now? The Dark Order makes no sense because you don't know what their motives are, who they're like, why like 2 weeks ago or so they had all this list of people that they're targeting to join them, and none of them were Christopher Daniels or any members of SCU. So what are they doing? Yes, Daniels was given a mask a couple weeks ago, but I don't know. Like, I'm still wondering because on Dark, if you watched Dark on Tuesday, it was Sonny Kiss and Brandon Cutler versus the Dark Order. The Dark Order won the match, but Brandon Cutler never came in, never broke up a pin, and just stood there while Sonny Kiss was defeated by the Dark Order. So, how long until it's shown that Brandon Cutler is a member of the Dark Order? It's kind of obvious. Only time will tell. Random location outside. Pac says Moxley has made his bed and now he can lie in it. Pac says Moxley should have fun with the InnerCircle if there's anything left. Pac will come along and pluck his other eye out. Then he talks about Kenny Omega and says he doesn't like Omega's arrogance. We're going to do everything at your convenience. He said that doesn't work for him. That everything will happen on his timetable starting next week, upcoming for Blood. Then we get our main event, Santana Ortiz and Chris Jericho versus versus Darby Allin and Private Party. As I said before, Jericho comes to the ring singing, and the crowd sings his merry tune of Judas. So that is cool and all, just okay. That was like a special thing that happened on the cruise. It was awesome on the cruise. You could barely hear it in Cleveland. I don't know if only half the crowd, it only seemed like half the crowd was singing it. Actually cut to a picture, a video, like a shot of a woman just sitting there dancing to the song, not singing it. So I think half the crowd tried to sing it, but it wasn't as big as like everybody on the boat was singing it. Everybody. Here, not so much. So this match is going on. Quinn and Cassidy and Allin are taking on InnerCircle. Hager gets on top, gets on the apron. Allin kicks him off. Allin with a coffin drop on the Hager on the floor. Quinn with a Fosbury flop onto Santana and Ortiz. Cassidy heads to the top rope, hits a big senton cover, close 2 count. Cassidy checks with the referee on that count. Jericho back up and hits the Judas right into Cassidy's face. 1, 2, 3, and the InnerCircle are your winners. InnerCircle is back in the ring and they beat up on Allin and Private Party a bit. Jericho whips Allin and Quinn with his title. Guevara grabs Allen's skateboard. Hager with a knee strike to Allen. Guevara then smashes the skateboard into Allen's stomach. He jams Allen's throat down with the skateboard. Santana Moxley rides the skateboard and tries an ollie. They go for more, and Moxley runs down with a black baseball bat and swings away on everyone to clean house. He points the bat at Jericho, who yells at Moxley on the ramp. And that is how AEW ends the final episode of the 1st of January. So, excellent. It was a fun show. Was it a perfect show? No, of course not. Was it a good show? I've seen better. It was okay. The John Moxley stuff with the John Moxley Chris Jericho stuff is good. I'm hoping that it ramps up as we get closer to the show. I know next week we do have that 8-man tag match. We also have Cody Rhodes is going to be getting whipped like a government mule with an actual whip on, and he still can't touch MJF until Revolution. And hopefully we'll find out who Rio will hopefully be losing the women's title to. The tag team titles will hopefully be on the line at Revolution, and so much more as we get going. But that is your AEW on TNT review. Hit that subscribe button, comment down below, like or dislike this video. Find me on Twitter at The Fronts Club. Find me on twitch.tv/The Fronts Club. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for NXT.